Heme. I think I actually saw a very epic matchup between... Oh, I think this was actually either the OSL or MSL finals between Jaedong and Flash, where there was a epic long game on this map, and Flash looked like he was in a bad position the whole game, but he just turtled, and in the end, Jaedong could do nothing and lost the game. But we shall see what Deska can do against Heme. So, Diggity, are you ready to go into Game 3?
I am.
Fantastic.
Engagement. I don't think this is good for Sonny at all. The lurker Ace! Trying to do as much damage. He's actually going for the sport quality. This mini position by Heme. Again!
I will make you understand.
And here we go into Game 3, Deska versus Heme on Grand Line, the third, fourth place match of the AOV IC Cup Star League. These players are playing for $150, the third place prize. The fourth place will only get $100. And of course I say only, but $100 is nothing to laugh at. Now, in the top in the top right position as the Blue Terran, we do have Heme. And in the bottom right position as the Orange Zerg, we do have Deska on Grand Line.
Yeah, this will be Grand Line. It's a little bit more of a difficult map for Zerg because of the base 3 problem, where you do have open field. You have a lot of opportunity for flanks and crushing down. You don't have the small gap problem, but at the same time, that third base is ways away from your natural expansion, so it's very difficult to cap and hold, or at least you have to go up, get in their face, get aggressive, and pin them back while you're taking your third base. So I don't think it's a terrible decision. It does look like it's a bit larger map, and it's definitely more macro-oriented. What I really want to see is actually, I think this map encourages Zerg drop expansion style of play, which I'm hoping will be executed by Deska in this match.
Yeah, and actually, the architecture of the map means that vertical positions plays out quite differently from horizontal. So in these vertical positions, there's basically an island expo in between them, just in case you don't know the map. And there's a fairly direct path that kind of goes across a couple of narrow bridges. So of course, if you position lurkers on the other side of those bridges, it's quite hard for Bio to push across. But then the Terran, can always go around on the wide open center. So I'm not sure. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, I might like to see mech just by these positions, because if you have a big, strong mech push through the middle, it's quite difficult to flank that. But of course, it looks like Heme just going for the standard depot and barracks in his main. I would expect a 1-Rax FE, since it's a nice big macro map. But it looks like a overpool went down for Deska. A little bit surprised it wasn't a 12 hatch. He does seem to have been favoring the overpools in this series.
Yeah. He definitely has, which confuses me a bit, honestly. I'm almost curious why he's decided to go with such... perhaps he just wants to go the information denial game, but even then, it shocks me a little bit that he's decided to not opt, particularly on wide maps like this, where the odds of your natural expansion being blocked, I mean, it's free expansion. It's, nice micro opportunity. But perhaps this is just the direction he practiced all of his builds from. Wanted to play very, very preventatively against a player like Heme, capable of harassment and some early harassed action. And perhaps he knows something that we don't, knows that Heme does not play as well when he's denied information.
That's possible.
He's starting to move that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, the thing is, though, that just now I was looking, he didn't save any larva for Lings. He actually went for only drones and then a hatchery and then made his first set of Zerglings. So these two Lings are his first set of Lings. He's actually only making drones now. So going for the overpool and then only going for 2 Lings that are not even as fast as you can get them, it seems a little bit strange to me. I mean, it's possible that he's just playing super safe. So if he scouts any kind of cheese coming from Heme, that he'll have his pool ready. But still, it feels, I mean, if he was gonna go for this, I'd prefer him make the 4 to 6 Lings early on and try and do some aggressive shenanigans at the front and scouting denial, of course. But it looks like Heme has actually pulled 3 SCVs onto his ramp, despite the fact that there's only 2 Lings on the field. A little bit of an overreaction. I think he actually thought the same thing as me and was like, oh, he's going for a fast pool. He must be trying to put on some pressure. But no, in fact, there will be no pressure from Deska, and Heme going for the 1-Rax FE.
Yeah, 1-Rax into expansion shouldn't have too much trouble doing so. Looks like an Overlord is moving up there to get a bit of scouting. Actually, it might be vulnerable if it doesn't hold up a little bit short in open field. Also, Zergling moving forward to provide some additional scouting information. But a strong economic opening for Heme, and I got to say, weak economic opening for Deska. My curiosity is what this will definitely put Heme just slightly ahead. But this is the thing: Zerg versus Terran is all about those slight differences and those slight little. If you have a siege tank in position 2 minutes or even 30 seconds before you have that, before you have Swarm or the Dark Swarm out in position to defend, that's game. That's it. So I really worry about Deska going into this mid game.
And SCV is somehow sneaking past 8 Zerglings right into the main. Actually, this SCV was going towards that 6 o'clock base, but it looks like it stopped just short and turned around. So Heme does not know about that 6 o'clock. So scouting this main, he's going to see a lair. He's going to actually probably assume that this is a 2-hatch build, but it is in fact a 3-hatch. Slightly greedy, going for that 3rd hatchery at an expo instead of in his main as his standard. I think that's partly because of this overpull, getting all these links to make sure it's safe. Finally, Heme now just pushing out, being very, very cautious. Actually, earlier we saw this Overlord peek up a little bit far into the natural. If Heme had pushed out there, he might have actually been able to kill that Overlord. But here come a lot of Lings going for the Marines. I don't think this is going to work. That's actually a lot of Zerglings. He's flooding in a lot of Lings. Actually, Heme might be in a lot of trouble here. He's bringing the SCVs. The SCVs doing a nice drill, killing all of those Lings, but the bunker has gone down. A lot of Marines have gone down, but so have a lot of Zerglings. As long as he blocks this ramp, he should be fine. 4 Lings remaining, 2 Marines remaining. A lot of SCVs on the ramp. So actually, Zergling's speed just finished. It looks like, did he have speed when that attack went? I think he was actually a little bit over eager. If he waited 5 more seconds, he could have gone in with speed in that original push.
Wow, critically, he granted he didn't take out a lot of SCVs, but he did stop that natural expansion from producing. So this is a huge turn of events. A single fire bat should end this harass. But I got to say, I think that might have been a little bit more costly to Deska than it was to Heme. And it looks like, ooh, they do get a comsat, and that was a lazy fire bat. He was just like, whatever, not my job. What's kind of confusing to me in the meantime is we already have a layer out, but a very late Spire from that layer. Very
but
late.
A nice Ling run by into the main, getting 2 Marines and an SCV. These speedlings are going to be extremely annoying. The Firebat, even though he's very effective against Lings, he's just very, very slow. I mean, he's just carrying a huge backpack. It's probably full of flammable liquid. He just cannot run very fast. You think he's see, I was trying to be nice, man. I was trying to be like, oh, he's like wearing a big backpack, but no, just out of shape.
It's the s'mores. He eats too many of the s'mores. I mean, when you have a little fire backpack all the time, I understand why he eats them all the time, but still. Needs to show some self-restraint. Anyway, it looks like we are having a kind of a delayed 3-hatch muta build, which is definitely going to be interesting because I think the economy of Deska is a little bit adjusted just because of that Ling attack. And again, I think it looks like Heme has had some trouble keeping up with his macro management as well because that natural expansion not very well saturated. So I think Deska actually has evened this up and might even be up economically currently if he can get several drones in production here.
Yep, and the mutas are all morphing. Let's see how many there are. 3 at the natural, 2 in the main, and 2 more at the third. So it looks like 7 mutas are about to pop. And oh my god, more Lings running into the natural, killing more Marines. So this is actually really crucial because when these mutas arrive, there's not going to be nearly enough Marines to defend this. Our turret's going up. He actually needs to throw turrets up right now. He's not throwing up any turrets. Oh my goodness, the engineering bay is finished. He absolutely needs to start the turrets now. Okay, now 1 turret started at the natural. Any in the main? None in the main. This is very bad because the mutas are already on their way. He needs to get more turrets up. He's getting up 2 turrets now at the natural, but his timing is so slim, and even if the turrets get up, there's just not that many Marines, so Deska will be able to do some significant damage if he micros his mutas properly.
Even with the mutalist count he has out, with this harassment, and with what he's going to be able to do, he can still just macro a ton of drones behind this, on top of everything else. But yeah, mutalist is completely devastating the main. They actually have a lot of really critical tech. They could actually focus that academy, and that would be devastating as well. And let's see if they turn around and do so. Marines moving up, catching some damage on a Mutalisk. Bad micro from Deska. Needs to keep those Mutalisks alive in the meantime, but stacking up some Zerglings as well. And actually, I guess he's just going to go for the victory right here. I feel like he could have macroed up some drones, but he wants a death kill. Moving in, going to take out all of those turrets with Zergling support. Marines completely out of position. They're bumbling over each other to try to get in position, but the problem now is you have Mutalisks and Zerglings to contend with, and that's a really devastating combination. SCVs mixing up with the Zerglings, Mutalisks actually evacuating and abandoning the Zerglings, so they're getting taken out, but still a really harsh situation now. Main and natural completely exposed. The turret investment is not something you want to be investing in at this stage. It's very, very costly. And Hemispace looking very vulnerable, I have to say.
Yeah, I think he actually didn't even realize how much damage he'd done before, because if he had committed with those muted Ling, I'm pretty sure he could have just taken out all the Medic Marine. However, playing it safe, no harm there. He knows he's in a good position anyway. He does have the 3 bases up, getting his 3rd gas up. I did see a Hydra Den. Is he getting Lurkers? No Lurker upgrade quite yet. I don't think it's finished. Pretty sure it hasn't, so it's not started yet. Just doing more poking action with these mutas. And, I mean, the main before was completely undefended. Right now, it still only has 1 turret in it. If he goes back into the main, he could do a lot more damage. I don't know why Heme doesn't throw up a couple more turrets back there. He's got turrets in the appropriate locations by his barracks and in his natural, just not in his main. I'm not really sure what the thinking behind that is, but Heme pushing out with a small medic marine group, I think is a little bit risky. He could get surrounded in the middle of the map by Mutaling, which there are a lot of here. He's going to be in actually a nice position if he stays on that ramp. Here comes the Mutaling. He stims. He's actually going to hold the position at the top of the ramp. Deska realizes he doesn't engage. He backs off. But now the medic marine are separated from their base. Deska could actually just go for the kill into the natural right now.
Wow, Deska is persistently refusing to build drones. He just wants to keep getting these Zergling attack forces, but descending on this army, completely rampaging it. Wow. And the Medic Marine force is completely obliterated. Natural expansion now very exposed. Only a handful of Marines and a bunker to defend against everything, and honestly, they can just walk by that if they want to. No, they're going to sit and engage on top of a lot of turrets. I think that's a bit of a mistake. Actually might end up losing a lot of his mules. Screw prepare on that bunker as well. Zerglings continue to flood forward, and let's see. I'm looking for a stream of orange to push up and support. And I think there was a no GG there from Heme.
Wow. Heme leaves the game, no GG, and looks like Deska has actually come back with 2 wins in a row to go up 2-1. Now this is a best of 5, so if he wins one more time, he will take the series. So let's see what Heme can do about that. And I actually need to download the rest of the replays, so give me 1 second, guys.
Hang out in the meantime.